the next section, we are going to explore the role that private actors have to play in realizing the right to housing across Canada. Of course, we know that private actors are an important stakeholder in the housing market, and without them, it would be impossible to imagine securing adequate and affordable housing for all. What is often less known or recognized is that private actors also have human rights obligations, including in the area of housing. When governments devolve their responsibilities to private actors to provide housing, they also devolve their human rights obligations. Therefore, private actors must not only refrain from doing harm, but they must also be active participants in the protection, fulfillment, and implementation of the right to housing. In the last 40 years, governments have decided to step away from their role as housing providers, handing over the reins almost entirely to private actors, largely allowing them to shape our housing systems without sufficient regulation and oversight. As a result, we currently have a housing system that not only has failed to meet the needs of the most vulnerable, it is increasingly generating more vulnerability. We have increasing levels of homelessness, unaffordability, and housing precarity across the country. By recognizing the right to housing, the Government of Canada should recognize their role as a housing market shaper, which means that through cooperation and regulation, they have the obligation to direct private actors to ensure that our housing systems are healthy, equitable, and human rights compliant.